eyeing circumstances narrowly and taking some cautious comfort. "Not all. There are a few of us yet, and not so badly placed to hold on to what we have. There's the Queen in Kent with her army. Robert of Gloucester's not going to turn his back to come hunting us here while she hangs on the southern fringes of London. And with the Welsh of Gwynedd keeping our backs against the Earl of Chester, we can hold this shire for King Stephen and wait out the time. Luck that turned once can turn again, and the Empress is not Queen of England yet. But for all that," thought Cadfael, mutely stirring his brew for Brother Aylwyn's scouring calves, it began to look as though she very soon would be. 3 years of civil war between cousins fighting for the sovereignty of England had done nothing to reconcile the factions, but much to sicken the general populace with insecurity, rapine, and killing. The craftsman in the town, the cotter in the village, the serf on the demesne, would be only too glad of any monarch who could guarantee him a quiet and orderly country in which to carry on his modest business. But to a man like Hugh it was no such indifferent matter. He was King Stephen's liegeman, and now King Stephen's Sheriff of Shropshire, sworn to hold the shire for his cause. And his king was a prisoner in Bristol Castle since the lost Battle of Lincoln. A single February day of this year had seen a total reversal of the fortunes of the two claimants to the throne. The Empress Maud was up in the clouds, and Stephen, crowned and anointed though he might be, was down in the midden, close bound and close guarded, and his brother, Henry of Blois, Bishop of Winchester and papal legate, far the most influential of the magnates, and hitherto his brother's supporter, had found himself in a dilemma. He could either be a hero and adhere loudly and firmly to his allegiance, thus incurring the formidable animosity of a lady who was in the ascendant and could be dangerous, or trim his sails and accommodate himself to the reverses of fortune by coming over to her side. Discreetly, of course, and with well-prepared arguments to render his about-face respectable. It was just possible, thought Cadfael, willing to do justice even to bishops, that Henry also had the cause of order and peace genuinely at heart, and was willing to back whichever contender could restore them. "What frets me," said Hugh restlessly, "is that I can get no reliable news. Rumours enough, and more than enough, every new one laying the last one dead, but nothing a man can grasp and put his trust in. I shall be main glad when Abbot Rodolphus comes home." "So will every brother in this house," agreed Cadfael fervently. "Barring Jerome, perhaps he's in high feather when Prior Robert is left in charge, and a fine time he's had of it all these weeks since the abbot was summoned to Winchester. But Robert's rule is less favoured by the rest of us, I can tell you." "How long is it he's been away now?" pondered Hugh. 7 or 8 weeks. The legate's keeping his court well stocked with mitres all this time. Maintaining his own state, no doubt, gives him some aid in confronting hers. Not a man to let his dignity about a prince's, Henry, and he needs all the weight he can get at his back. "He's letting some of his cloth disperse now, however," said Cadfael. "By that token he may have got a kind of settlement, or he may be deceived into thinking he has. Father Abbot sent word from Reading. In a week he should be here. You'll hardly find a better witness." Bishop Henry had taken good care to keep the direction of events in his own hands. Calling all the prelates and mitred abbots to Winchester early in April, and firmly declaring the gathering a legatine council, no mere church assembly, had ensured his supremacy at the subsequent discussions, giving him precedence over Archbishop Theobald of Canterbury, who, in purely English